Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy IX. About to say we're going to go for a little explanation here before we continue on with the story, now that I've got some people. Alright, I've switched out some equipment, and since I did, we have a few equipable abilities. Shinji's here is Flea Gil. I don't really find that useful. It just means instead of losing Gil when you fight, when you run away from a fight, if you've killed any monsters, you actually get to keep the Gil they drop. Here, however, Richard has a couple. A bird killer, which is useful, which increases damage. Oops. Sounds like the sound effects there went a little wonky. Uh, and beast killer. About to say there are plenty of beasts in this forest, so beast killer will be a little helpful. About to say bird killer. I don't know of any birds in the forest, but still, we're gonna keep it equipped. About to say you'll notice up there in the ability in the info, just under the word ability, it shows how much AP is needed to permanently learn that skill, and what you have equipped that teaches that skill. Currently, his normal sword currently teaches him Beast Killer, which means I'm going to delay giving him his new sword until after I've learned that. So after probably 2 areas worth of grind, he'll actually get his new sword. See what those little circles there are magic stones. Your character has a certain amount he can equip, so think of what you want to use. Like I said earlier, I equipped Lep with some new stuff. I gave him the strongest wrist, which teaches him Blizzard, and I gave him a silk shirt, which teaches him Thunder. Uh, I don't. I think I actually need to equip Shinji with a. Okay, I already did. All right. So that's it. Equipable abilities. They take magic stones. It's really all I can really say about them at this point. I did kind of point that out because now we've actually got some abilities we can use. And the tutorial for them is right here, and they don't explain too much. They explain how to get to the menu, and they explain, how to they don't really explain how to learn them, I don't think. I don't recall. A little bit of banter back and forth between Blank and Shinji. That say apparently the most babelicious babe in Alexandria is not your type. It's kind of strange, but okay. But to say, if you recognize the bottle, you recognize what it is, and it now tells you. And this becomes a key item. But to say, the boss explains about abilities here. But to say, unfortunately, he doesn't explain how to learn abilities, and Blank here just tells you how to get to the equip screen to equip abilities. I do kind of like the system of learning abilities. I'd say now that we've been since we've left Tantalus, Senna now runs a small shop. Nothing we really want. Again, if you want to save, there's Moscow over there. We go down here. Frog's gone. That's sad, but we keep moving. And we get an ATE. I really like this ATE, the Orchestra in the Forest. Unfortunately, since I'm recording, the song's going to be slowed down some. Can't really help that. I don't know how to, at least. If you've played Final Fantasy VII, you might actually recognize the song. I'd say it's neat. I really like it. The fact they use this as a callback. Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay, moving on. This is where we fought the plant cages. And here we get into a fight. Again. Unfortunately, these aren't... fortunately, I mean, these aren't the plant cages. These are just a couple enemies. A Fang and a Goblin. Let's see. Shinji is going to rest here for a bit. And this is what I want. This is the after that little cutscene earlier. This is what they were talking about, sword magic. I'm going to have Thunder Sword used against the Goblin. I'm going to skip his turn again. Does a nice amount of damage. I'm going to use Blizzard against the wolf here. Showing off the neat graphical effects magic has. I do eventually plan on showing off all the abilities and all the what they do. Let's say that's really unfortunate for this. That they get left with one experience to the next level. Ah, they dropped a Phoenix down. I had to say, okay. I had to say, I don't think those two have anything really worth stealing, so I'm not gonna probably bother stealing from them. An upcoming enemy has something that I'm really gonna want for the boss fight, but it's not equipment. Because after this, after that last screen, every enemy in this forest has a special effect they can affect on us. And and for two of the characters, it's actually pretty debilitating. I'd say. You'll see here we're in a calm enemy-free area. And you'll notice we have a gray active time event. I couldn't actually stop that. This is a mandatory one. Do as I say, not as I do. About to say, we're setting up future events here. About to say the spring here. Lets us heal. We restore MP and HP. Unfortunately, it does not get rid of status effects, making this a little less as useful than I would like, but still going to be used. And here we have Monty. We have a letter from Monty. It's from Kupo. I'm going to skip to showing the full letter here and say, about to say Monty noticed that the plant took Princess Garnet. Going in there again reveals he recently received a letter from Stiltzkin. And say, this is a slight bit of foreshadowing to where we need to go after the forest. We'll get there sooner rather than later. He doesn't have anything more for us outside of saving. And real quick, let's see if I can't go find the new type of monster I want to show off real quick. Okay, that's him. Big Flower. These guys actually carry some items. I'm gonna have Shinji scan them in a second, so you can see. Hopefully he has all the same items. Gotta say, thankfully some of the gear we gave Richard gave him some magic defense, otherwise that would have hurt a whole lot more. And here we go, here's what they have. Let's say he's got an ore, a tent, and eye drops. Those eye drops are what I want. Minus strike is not what I want. About to say, I gave him a new helmet that teaches him minus strike. Currently that would do 40 damage. It's max HP minus current HP. Equal damage. But I want him to use Fire Sword. Thankfully this draws mana from Richard's pool of mana instead of Lep's pool of mana. Otherwise that would have run him out quickly. Alright. With that shown, I'm probably going to go back to Monty and save. And then that'll be the end of this part. Because I'm gonna grind a little bit to get what level are they now? Basically I'm gonna grind out another level. Just to speed things along a little bit. Let's say heal real quick. Okay. We're gonna save here. Thrilling saving action! Sorry, I just really like the animation of the Moogles taking out the book. There we are. Let's see. And this is where we're going to end it off. Hope y'all had a nice day. See you later.